All right, let's talk about something I hear every single week, if not daily. We're just going to go ahead and wait until rates come down, Tony. I mean, totally understandable, right? Mortgage rates have been on a bit of a roller coaster lately, and nobody wants to feel like they bought at the top of the market, right? Well, here's the thing, waiting for the lower rates could actually cost you more than just locking something in right now. And I'm not talking theory. I'm going to show you the math, the opportunity cost, and the buyer behavior behind why waiting isn't always winning. Let's start with the why people wait. It makes sense in theory. If I can get a lower rate, I'll save money over the life of the loan. This is very true, technically. A lower interest rate can mean a lower monthly payment. But here's the catch, there's a cost to waiting, and it doesn't just come in dollars and cents. Waiting can cost you, well, higher home prices, missed equity gains, lost tax advantages, and more buyer competition when everybody else jumps back into the market. So while you think you're saving, you may be quietly falling behind. All right, time for me to geek out for just a second, but I promise no pop quizzes. Let's say you're buying a house for $350,000 today with a rate of 6.75% interest rate. That gives you a monthly payment and interest payment of around $2,270, so $2,270. Now let's say you wait a year hoping for a rate drop at 5.75%, and it actually does come true. Sounds good, right? But while you waited, home prices went up just 7%, which is pretty average historically. That same house now costs $374,500 with a rate of 5.75%. Your new monthly payment is about $2,194. That's a savings of only $76 a month. I know it sounds nice, but you just paid $24,000 more for the house. You'll need to wait 26 years to break even with that difference. So yeah, that lower rate might not be a win you thought it was. Now, let's go a little bit deeper, because it's not just about payment, it's about ownership. When you buy a home today, you immediately start paying down the loan. So you start building equity, gaining value if the home appreciates it, more equity, taking advantage of mortgage interest tax deductions, hello, tax savings, housing costs while rents and home prices keep going up. But when you wait, you don't get any equity, no appreciation, no tax benefits, and no rising prices. Just keep pushing the goalpost farther away. Every month you're on the sidelines, someone else is moving forward. So the refinance strategy, date the rate. You've heard of that. Now, here's the smart part. Even if rates drop in the future, there's a strategy for that. It's called refinancing. All right, so you've probably heard the phrase, marry the house, date the rate. I know, that's getting overused. Buy the home you love now, lock in the price. If and when the rates do drop, you refinance into a better payment, most of the time. But you've already built equity, gained appreciation, and secured the home before someone else did. That, my friends, is the win. You can change your interest rate. You can't go back in time and buy your dream home at last year's price. So let's talk about what happens when rates do drop. Everyone, and I mean everyone, who's been sitting on the sidelines jumps in at once. Buyers flood the market thinking it's go time. And what happens when the demand spikes? Prices go up, inventory shrinks, bidding wars return. So while you might save on the rate, you're likely to pay more for the home, face more buyer competition, and possibly end up waiving important protections just to win the offer. We've seen this movie before in 2021. It doesn't end with an happily ever after story and low stress, when waiting actually does make sense. Well, now, to be fair, there are times when waiting is the right move. You're still improving your credit, you need to save more for the down payment, your job or income situation is not quite stable, or your life just in a transition and it's not the right season yet. Those are totally valid reasons, and I am not here to rush you at all. I'm here to guide you. But if you're financially stable and just hesitating for a better rate, it might be time to run the numbers and see if now actually puts you in a better position than later. So let's talk strategy. So here's the bottom line. Rates matter, but so do prices, equity, time, and opportunity. Waiting can feel smart, but it's not always mathematically smart. And if the numbers make sense today, you might be better off locking in a great home and refinancing later. Want me to show you the actual numbers in a buy now versus wait scenario? Ask her for the math and I'll run a side-by-side comparison, free, no pressure, and you'll walk away with clarity. In the end, it's not just about chasing the rate, it's about making a move that builds your future and memories. Let's make sure you're not just waiting, let's make sure you are winning. This is Tony G, teaching you the basics. Hey, can you leave a comment, message me, and we can walk through the details. Have a great day.